Hello, guys. Hello, hello, hello. I will not be here long because it is actually bedtime. But I wanted to have some conversations about narcissists this evening. And I feel like it's very important to be very clear on what it is that you are dealing with when you are dealing with narcissists, and the steps that you have to take and the options that you have. Now, first of all, when it comes to narcissistic people, love is not going to necessarily heal them. I know that we love to have those thought processes on, dealing with narcissistic people. We would love to believe or think that we can just love them and then that's just going to be it. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that literally protect narcissistic people. Thank you, Zybel. Hey, girl. There's a lot of people that protect the narcissist, which is a problem. In fact, if you're dating with or dealing with a narcissistic man, their MO is usually cheating. So narcissistic people have no problem with cheating because they have no real emotional connection. So I'm glad for that. Y'all have kept me from losing it too. I'm telling you, that's why I love YouTube so much. Because if it were not for YouTube, And going back to what I was saying, though, about narcissistic people, they are, in fact, under possession from a demon. It is. I believe that it's very inhuman. So this is why they're able to do some of the most disgusting things, and they just don't care. And I'm just going to tell you how I'm going to deal with them. And I will be putting up a narcissist breakaway from a narcissist spell work and how you have to do it. But it's very important, and it really depends on who the narcissist is. A lot of people, what they tend to do is, after dealing with them and dealing with them and dealing with them and trying to help them out with all of their might, what they end up doing is they want to kill them. They just, a lot of people will come to me and say, can we do death magic on this person? Or can we do something to just make them stop? Because if they're healthy and if they're able to be up moving around, they're usually trying to destroy you. They don't let go. These are some of the most horrific people, and they are not human. I kind of believe, and I hate to say this, but I just believe that they're inhuman. Yeah, I believe that it is important to do necromancy on narcissistic people. Yes, I do. Now, this is what I want to tell you. This is typically what I get when people are dealing with a narcissist. They contact me to do some kind of death magic on them or something to just kind of maybe make them sick or something. But you know what? That law of karma, you have to respect it. So unfortunately, when you do break free of them, and if you do something like that, like instead of, if it's somebody that you can't break free of, if it's somebody that's like your mother or your father or something like that, then that's a totally different story. Or if it's your kids, But if you are able to break away from them, then it's very important for you to just don't bother them. Now, there are narcissistic witches. And narcissistic witches are the worst thing possible. They are horrible. And they're out there. And they're just not good people. However, if you're just dealing with a normal narcissist that's just narcissistic, it's a little bit easier. once you do break away from them, it is very important for you to cleanse. So if you do decide I'm going to do death magic on them, unfortunately, because of the law of karma, you may end up having some kind of weird symptom. Usually what I get when I know I need to cleanse after black magic is I'll get insomnia really bad, like to the point where you can't sleep. And you thinking, I don't feel bad for what I did to this person. They deserved it. Because I personally feel in my heart of hearts that they do not deserve compassion, because they almost always leave you when you need them the most. They all do. They're just not good people. They're not. And unfortunately, the laws of karma actually protects them a little bit, because, you know, when you do work, if you do any kind of black magic, any kind of black magic, even if you are doing a reversal, whatever you're doing that is considered to be either black or gray magic, you have to cleanse afterwards, like immediately afterwards. You know, you may feel normal for a couple of days, but then you start to say, wait a minute, something ain't right. So it's important to do that. But I personally think that we should try to rid the world of these people. And here's the whole thing. They know how broken they are. This is why they don't want to let go. Now, when you get a narcissist stalker, this is a big problem, because these people don't want to let go. Especially if you are an empath. They love the supply that they get from empaths. Yeah, you're right about that, Zabel. You're right about that. That's why I do offer a generational hex remover. But I've got clients that come to me and they're like, I can't take it anymore. Can we do something? Because this person, and I think that one of the things that you may want to make them do is possibly just lose their minds, which would be probably the most, that would probably be the most safest way to do it. You know, a lot of us will go in anger and we'll say, oh, I just want this person to die. I want them to get sick. And that's very understanding, because they do some really, they torture you. They torture you mentally, physically, and spiritually. They're horrible people. And I personally think that we need to save all of the love and the compassion for people that know how to receive it, and for the good people. We need to stop dealing with narcissistic people, period. It's very important to do that, because they always have a trick up their sleeve, and they're always trying to get you. So just to let you guys know, I do provide services on that. The only thing is that it's quite pricey, okay, but it's worth it, because, you know, I've got to do cleanses on you and stuff afterwards. If we do any work on a narcissist, unfortunately, because of the law of karma, because of that law, we have to cleanse ourselves and cleanse your karma. Because what it will do is that narcissist demon will know that you're trying to fuck with its host, excuse my language. It knows that you're trying to mess with their host, and it will attack you. So you have to have an exorcism incantation. Most people don't have a strong enough heart to do an exorcism. You have to have a strong heart to do an exorcism. Okay. And so those are the many steps that you take. But guys, I mean, we got to get rid of these people and start living, because they will try to prevent you from, and they'll take your life as long as they can. And a lot of these narcissistic witches out here are trying to do death magic, and they want to do all this magic on you and stuff. And you just have to learn how to deal with it. So I didn't want to stay long tonight, because I am so tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. But I could not sleep because that damn narcissist demon has been messing with me for days. It don't let you sleep, especially when it knows that you're trying to kill it. or get rid of it. Yeah. When it knows that you're trying to get rid of it, it holds on even tighter. And narcissists don't let go of you. They don't. They never let go. They never let go. So you can get rid of them out of your life. You don't necessarily have to kill them. Even though a lot of them, I'm not even going to lie to you, y'all. I actually saw one on camera shape-shifting. It wasn't, whenever you can see somebody's demon, that's not a camera mishap. That is, yes, only the strong survive. Absolutely. And narcissistic people have a very, very weak heart. They do. They don't have no heart because they're cowards. Okay. So, you know, that's why we got to have very strong practitioners out here who don't get caught up in that. Because I was dealing with a narcissist. I was dealing with two of them. A narcissist couple and his hoe. Okay. And, you know, it can be devastating. They can bring they're just constantly doing stuff that just doesn't make any sense. But it is meant to hurt you. And once you figure out, oh, okay, this person is a narcissist and they're not going to change it. See, I used to have hope for narcissistic people. I don't. And Spirit came and told me there's no hope for these people. There's honestly no hope for them. We need to start giving the love and the light to the people that freaking deserve it, the people that are not narcissistic. And it's not the right thing for you to turn into a narcissist. Hell no. Because those are the people that are, you know, having the heart attacks and whoops. It's okay, y'all. Oh, shut up, smoke detector. Hold on, y'all. All right. It's okay. I know. Thank you for the sign, spirits. I appreciate the sign. Spirits gave me a very big sign because I'm only burning something in my cauldron. But it's, you know, evidently creating a lot of smoke, and the smoke detector picked up on it. So sorry about that. I hope I didn't scare anybody. Probably scared the crap out of the narcissist, though. I can tell you that because they're very scary people. And especially if you're dealing with a narcissistic witch, I'm going to have the ritual up on my website by the morning. I'll have the, you know, the break free of the narcissist. And I already have, hold on, y'all, it's still going. Hey, look. There's no fire. There's no fire, damn it. There's no fire. Chill out. Gosh dang it. Damn smoke detectors, boy, they sure do their jobs, don't they? So it ain't even that much smoke. I was burning something that was cloth, though, because I had to burn these dolls that I made. Anyway, hi, smarty girl. Hello. Sorry about that, Lisa. I'm so sorry because I'm over here at the same time doing spiritual work. Yeah, I'm fine. I just had to do a cleanse of myself and a client of mine because I was, again, dealing with a narcissist. You know, my client was dealing with a narcissist. So I will have the ritual up on the website. The cleanses are phenomenal with dealing with them. The cleanses are really good. In fact, that's mainly what we're cleansing. We're cleansing off negative karma from them. And then if you do spiritual work on them, you have to cleanse yourself after that too. And I don't even care if you just speak an incantation on them. It's important for you to cleanse yourself. That's why I don't deal with the general public. You know, I do deal with the general public. What am I talking about? But I don't like, I don't work at a job or whatever because your job is filled with narcissists. Your boss is a narcissist, they're just narcissistic people all around you. And what's sad is that they feel as though they have to do that for survival. So whatever it is that broke them or destroyed them, that caused them to allow that demon to take over their body. You see what I'm saying? That is what we're dealing with. And yeah, sorry. I'm sorry, Lisa. I'll send you some tranquility over there. I'm send you some tranquility energy. Yeah, Zybel, I've been dealing with this group of narcissists for the past 5 or 6 years, and I'm done. Okay. But I think that if you have a narcissist in your personal life, and they will try to insert themselves because they're so desperate for validation and narcissistic supply. This is why you got narcissists in social media. You don't even know them, and they act like y'all been friends for 20 years and you owe them something. It's so bizarre. And they're a narcissist, and you don't want nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with them. So yeah, I had to get some work done tonight because I had to do some work on one of them, like I said. And I said, what is going on? I could just feel something weird. And I said, oh, I need to go and do a cleanse. So from here on out, whenever I do any work on any of them, this was for client work. But even if I'm dealing with everyday people in social media, I already have to cleanse myself. Okay. Oh, Harriet, you was with a narc for 8 years. Oh. And see, you know what? Here's the thing about it is that they always seem to have somebody that is permanent in their life. You know what I'm saying? And the people that are dealing with them, they really can't deal with them. That's why you can see often that, like, when a woman marries a narcissist, he's cheating and she don't mind. And the reason why is because she got to have somebody there to help. And he may even be married to a narcissist. So narcissistic people, boy, when they get together. So like I said, if you do any death magic on them or anything like that, it's very important for you to clear your karma of them, because that's a part of it. I mean, if we could just sit there and act like they don't exist, we would, but it's really difficult because they're constantly trying to, they're constantly talking about you. They're constantly trying to get in your head. They're just constantly doing something. My mom is one. I pray she repent and give her soul back to God and ask for forgiveness. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right about that, smarty girl. You're right. And you know what? There are a lot of signs that you want to look out for when you're dealing with a narcissist. If they're telling you that they love you way too soon. You know what I'm saying? If I love you, and it's like, no, you don't. Now, you know how I just have general love for people. So when I come on here and say I love you, I'm not trying to manipulate people, because I know that there are some people out there that need to hear those words of love. That's why I do it. But they do it for manipulation. So, and it's just important for you to know how to deal with them, because they will try to kill you. They will absolutely try to murder you. They will. And especially being that we've got a bunch of people out there that are using their spiritual gifts. A lot of people are using their spiritual gifts. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Darius Smith. I know. I just had to deal with one tonight and tell him to go to hell on. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. You can tell when they have afflicted you because you'll kind of get negative with them. But I think that when you do, don't feel bad, because that's what they want you to do. Why would I feel bad about cussing you out before I walk away from you? I'm not going to walk away from a narcissist talking about love and light. No, because they're not doing that to you because they never let go. Smarty girl, you need to leave that situation. You do. And it is a sick game. It is. And you know what you're doing? You're only giving up your life to that demon because it is a demon. It is. It's very demonic. And you'll become demonic, with them while you're dealing with them. But if that's not truly who you are, I know, Smarty girl, I know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Zabel, I already dealt with that. I did a spiritual life insurance thingy. I'm gonna pay for my own funeral. I'm getting cremated, so I don't need nobody to and all my children and my oldest children. If something were to happen to me, which it won't, knock on wood, but if something were to happen to me, my children can take care of their little brother. Nobody, the kids will need a life insurance, but that's something that they're gonna get. Nobody else is gonna get it. So unfortunately, when you have a family full of narcs, they will drive you to the point where, people have had heart attacks, people have had strokes. I know that my aunt had a stroke. She had a stroke because she was dealing with her narcissistic brother and his wife. Yeah, Zabel, psychologists do believe in spiritual stuff. They really do. They really do. But yeah, it's a trip. I'm telling you, it is a trip dealing with them. And like I said, if it's somebody that you just, if it's somebody that's willing to let you go, because sometimes they are willing to let you go. The problem is that I am very telepathic. My child is telepathic. And they're constantly up to the shit. I call it the shit. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when I'm doing a generational hex remover, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually removing a narcissist demon. And when you do that work and it doesn't help the situation, because some of them are beyond help and they won't leave you alone. If you have a narc that won't leave you alone and they keep pursuing you, go ahead and do death magic on them. But you just have to make sure that you cleanse yourself afterwards. So I'm a firm believer in that. And it may not result in them dying, but it will give you a break when they're going through shit, when they're going through it. So, and they deserve it. They really do. They really deserve it. Right. They'll make you feel guilty, and it's almost like when you're dealing with somebody that is severely possessed, but they know how to put on nice clothes and dress themselves up and make themselves look normal. Yeah, energy harvesting is the main thing. Absolutely. That's exactly what they're doing. That's what they're doing. And a lot of them do end up having health problems because of the law of karma, but some of them know how to protect themselves. You got your narcissists, your everyday narcissists that can be ignorant to the spirit realm. The ones that are not ignorant to the spirit realm, they know exactly how to protect themselves, and it's with a demon, the same narcissist demon. And that demon does not care about others. It doesn't care. So I think that spirits, kind of position me or align me with them so that I could learn how to deal with them and then also help out others. Okay. If your mother is willing to let you go, but I just got to tell you that they gonna do that stuff for life. And if you are spiritually connected to them, she probably constantly trying to get in your head. She probably constantly putting bad energy on you. I know how you feel. Trust me, I know exactly how you guys feel. And, you know, I was in a sexual relationship with one really, really, really bad narcissist. Really, a really, really, really bad one, you know? And, you know, his intent was to do harm and to harvest that energy. Now, I haven't been letting them upset me lately, and that's been something that they don't like. So they go even further and they go even further. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, women that are going through that, women that are, you know, having to get on public housing or Section 8 housing, they've probably been abused by these narcissists their whole life. In fact, the narcissist demon has been feeding off of your family so much so to where you always sick, or not sick, but you're just always tired because it drains you. It drains you. So people have to be more understanding of that. Yeah. Yeah, talk to God every day. You got to do it. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. They think that nice people are stupid. Nice people are not stupid. Nice people are some of the most blessed and blessed people ever. I love being a nice person. I love being loving and compassionate. I love it. It's who I am. It's what gives me my tranquility and peace every single day. But they want to take that peace from you. Oh, they will try to suck you dry, smarty girl. They will. Sorry, y'all. I gotta light this. I'm trying to light this candle. There we go. Yes. Well, look like it's gonna go out. Yeah, I gotta let this candle dry out first. Because I had some work that I did. I had to put it outside. It was so strong. That narcissistic demon was so strong. Oh my God. And you know what? It was one of my clients. The situation it was her mother-in-law, actually. It was her mother-in-law. And the mother-in-law basically, you know, is not spiritually sound, isn't aware. And, you know, the mother-in-law was basically trying to get rid of the wife, get rid of the kids so that, you know, the son could, you know, I guess do whatever. So, and it's very, very difficult dealing with them, but you can actually deal with it. You know what the best way is to deal with them? Once you do your cleanse, you pretty much want to forget about them. Now, see, these narcissistic people that I've been dealing with, they're in social media. They're on YouTube. They're vloggers. There are other people that vlog, and then also other witches. So they're constantly in chat rooms and constantly doing this. And so Spirit said, don't even look back. You know that part of the Bible where it says, don't look back, where God told the people to not look back or they was going to turn into stone or turn into salt or whatever. That was very, very symbolic. Was it salt? I think it was that God told them not to look back or they would turn into salt. And that does make a lot of sense when you think about it metaphorically, because they'll get you all salty. You'll be pickled. It is. It sucks. It sucks. But you just have to know thyself and say, you know what? I gave you my heart. I gave you my compassion. And so I had to learn the hard way that you can't heal these people with love. You just can't do it. No, they don't. They don't have a care in the world. You be sitting there going through changes, and you going through the changes helps them sleep better at night. They love that. But if they think that they're harming you, it makes them feel good. They feel at peace. And I had to stand up. I had to stand up to this one narcissist today. Now I'm going to do work on you because you won't let me abuse you. They are a trip. And you ask yourself, well, why won't this person leave me alone? And the reason why is because you are the supply. That's why they won't leave you alone. You are their supply of energy. They cannot get up in the morning or even get out of bed without thinking of you. And you know what? Let them think about you for the rest of their life. Let them think about you for the rest of their life. And then you move on and forget. And they will constantly try to remind you of what they did to you, remind you of what happened to you in your childhood, bringing it up, harassing you. They're going to constantly do it. So it's very important for you to break free of these people. And, I just did a social experiment on myself and realized, I had to get firsthand experience with them. Because to be honest with you, even though my mother was, not the best person, she's kind of a covert, light narcissist. Even though she was like that, I still had not known the evil that is out there, the evil people that are out there that are narcissistic. I mean, there's levels to it. There's different levels to people being narcissists. There's people that are narcissistic that you can just live with it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody that is a bad narcissist, I mean, this person don't never have no peace. They always talking about something, yelling and screaming about something. And see, for the past couple of years, that's been me dealing with them. It's been me dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how narcissists will say, well, if a narcissist person came into your life, you're just like them. No, you're not. Narcissistic people, boy, they come up with all kind of stuff to try to keep hold of their supply. That's not what that means. If you attract a narcissist, that you're narcissistic yourself. They want to convince you of that. That's not true. That's not true. Okay, a lot of people have a natural aversion to them, and they want to call you narcissist because you walked away from them. So so it's a lose-lose situation, and they're constantly wanting you to lose because they done lost. I think that a good place for them to possibly be would either be in a hospital, jail, in the intensive care unit, or either 6 feet under. And I don't think we should even bury them in the ground. They burying narcissistic people has been messing up the freaking environment. It has been. Not saying that people that get cremated are evil, because I'm planning on getting cremated, but that's for different reasons. These people are not normal, and well, they're not, of course, they're not normal. These people are just not good people. They're not. And it's somebody that you cannot keep in your life, and they'll keep coming back to you. And that's not nothing to brag about. A narcissist, please. Let me tell you something. When I get in, and there's all sort, there's a lot of men out there that are not narcissists. So a lot of people will say, oh, well, I'll just be lesbian or whatever, or I'll just, go to the same sex. But see, that's not really the way to deal with it, because you're not really being true to yourself. It's just that they take so much time to deal with, and they're constantly jumping up and down, and and then especially the witches that are narcissistic, they're trying to push everybody away from you that is not going to treat you like that. They trying to push away everybody. And you see there, smarty girl, you see that? Now this is what I was thinking, what I'm gonna have to do for the next couple of months, or probably even the rest of this year. Yeah, we do deserve reciprocity. I agree. When I do go live, I don't know if I am going to have the chat open, because they're going to continue to come into the chat room. And I'm so glad that you blocked that person before I saw what they said, because I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to see it, because they want to be a constant reminder. They want to constantly remind you. And so when you stop messing with them, then that is when they start doing all sorts of other stuff. If they can't get to you some way, they're going to try to send agents, especially if you are somebody that might possess a certain type of energy, because they can even energy harvest through places like the police and through places like the Division of Family and Children's Services. You know what they do? Do you know that if your enemy, who's a narcissist, they can call, and this is sad, this is something that's going to have to change within the law. But do you know that your narcissist can call, file a false report on you? The person is going to come out. They can then call back, so an anonymous person can get an update on everything that's going on in your house. And this is an attack on women and children. Okay? This was an attack on women and children. Absolutely. And families. They've been on a rampage, boy, and they will use everything. They so disgusting. That's why they done corrupted everything. They have, because those places are supposed to be there to help people. The police are supposed to be there to help people. So what they can do, they can call and they can, file false stuff on you and stuff. And just to let you guys know, just to let every narcissist out there know, pressuring somebody for sex for years and using tactics of harassment and stalking, and if that person gives in to you, it is in fact rape. So they actually wrote that into the law just recently, that if a man, because women can be made susceptible to them, absolutely. Women and men, but women especially. They can definitely be made susceptible to them. And, there's been a lot of men that have gotten over on women just by doing that. And they'll get help from everybody else. People will help them do that to you. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, if, I have learned all of the red flags of a narcissist. I have. And you can't never just have a fling with them or something. So you can't do that. You can't even do that. So, that is in fact rape. If somebody does that, that is considered to be rape. Because if you just keep harassing a woman for years and years and she gives in to you, she only gave in to you because of that harassment. That was the only reason. If you hadn't have kept harassing her, she probably would have never called you back. And it will not probably, for sure, she would have never even called you. Especially if she had no real interest in you at all. Narcissistic people are the main ones using love spells and stuff, and it's not a love spell, it's domination. So these are some of the main people doing stuff like that. This is the reason why you have to handle them in a certain type of way, okay? Anyway, guys, I've got to go. Me and my son have been having insomnia because of the narcissist. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to draw his black dot on his forehead with I do it with my my eyeliner pen. I'm going to go and do that and do myself. And under times of extreme spiritual attack from these people, I will make everybody in the house wear a dot over their third eye. Because that's I mean, they're literally up all night. Literally all night. Trying to send, you know, certain messages and energies to you. So, and you know, they want you to go live. And so it's what I've noticed is that these people, they'll make you go live. They'll do things to try to make you go live so that they can feed off of you while you're live, because they know they can't call your phone and you ain't gonna give them nothing. And, you know, that's why eventually you do have to not show them any emotion. Because they love that emotion, boy, especially if you are a crier like I am, because I'm a crier. But that's actually a very beautiful thing. You know, if you're somebody like me, you're beautiful, you are loved, and you deserve much better than these idiots, because they are very idiotic. They're not smart either. They're not. A lot of them are not very smart. They have mental incapabilities. Mental. I'll see you guys later. Okay. I hope you guys have a happy Tuesday. I will see y'all probably in the morning. I'm gonna be doing some readings. Y'all know I'm always putting up readings. I got some work that I got to do for some clients tomorrow. So, yeah, I think I will do that, Zybel. I will do that. Thank you. I didn't even think about Metatron. I always forget about Metatron for some reason. I will do that as soon as I get off of here. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Love, light, and blessings.